Hey everyone, it's Wendy Pope with something to think about. One of my biggest struggles is being able to make a really good decision at really tough times. I don't know if you all have been plagued with that same issue, but I ran across a guy in the Bible who made a really bad decision. And I looked at his decision and I thought, wow, I'm going to learn from his mistakes. Don't you love it when the Lord can point us to somebody that's done good things in the Bible that we can learn from, but also someone that has made poor decisions in the Bible that we can learn from. This guy named Esau, he had a brother, Jacob. The story is all in Genesis 25. Somewhere around verse 19, I believe, is where the story starts. But Esau and Jacob were brothers. There was a great rivalry between the two, and there's a whole story there that we can't get into today, and is really not pertinent to our decision-making quandary. But what happened was Esau had gone out hunting. He was a hunter, and Jacob was more of a homebody. So Esau had gone out hunting, and he was really exhausted, but he was also hungry. He even says in Scripture, "I'm starving," is what he said, were his exact words. So he comes in, tells his brother Esau, he's exhausted, tells his brother Esau, you know what, sell me or give me that soup or stew, whatever, however your translation translates it. It might be soup, might be stew. Give me your stew. I am starving. Now Jacob, being a deceiver, that is his name, and again, this is another part of the story we don't have time to get into today, but Jacob tricked him and said, fine, I'll give you this soup, the stew. Sure, I will. You give me your birthright. Sell it to me for this stew. And in the moment, he made a rash decision. Esau said, yes. What good is it to me right now? In other words, I'm starving. I don't really care. Give it to me. So here's what I've learned from Esau about how not to make bad decisions. We can't make a decision when we aren't rested. Esau came in and was tired. He had been hunting. He was exhausted. To make good decisions, we need to be rested. Secondly, what we need to do is be realistic. He said, I'm starving. Really? I don't think he was really starving. But he didn't have a realistic view of his situation, so therefore he was willing to compromise and make any decision to get what he wanted in the moment. He traded the temporary and the immediate for the permanent, which was the birthright. Lastly, not only do we need to be rested to make good decisions, and we need to be realistic about the entire scope of what's going on, but we also need to be reflective. We need to really look at how our decision is going to affect our future and the future of those around us. So let's just recap how to not make a bad decision. Be rested. Be what? Realistic. Really analyzing exactly what our situation is about, and be reflective. Really make sure that we know exactly what is at stake with this decision. And lastly, that's not an R, which really is a good one, is be prayerful. And that is making sure that we cover this decision in prayer. Now that is something to think about.